Priscilla Moy here, the host of Undiscovered, a show that we have every single Wednesday highlighting entrepreneurs, dreamers, and big talents in the beautiful city of Las Vegas. As usual, every show is going to have some amazing people on there that are meant to inspire you guys and the ones that are going to be the next biggest stars. So make sure to come back and see what we have for today. See you soon. Welcome back. I cannot wait to introduce our first guest. She's one of my closest friends and honestly one of the most powerful singers in the city of Las Vegas. I had the pleasure of being able to see her perform many times and of course be honored to call her my best friend. We will also, hint, so make sure you watch her full episode, have a little special performance at the end. So everybody, please welcome Miss Celina Sasso. Please take a seat.
Thank you for having me.
Hello, of course. I've been wanting to get you on my show since I literally have heard that I have a show. So I'm so glad. Yes, she is queen. So we call her queen.
You're queen.
She is queen.
You're queen.
No.
Two queens.
So, amazing things. Basically, she obviously has many shows. She's like, I've never heard her miss a note or be off key, ever. And the first thing I want to talk about is that you have a residency right now.
Yes.
At the Tuscany.
Yes, at the Tuscany.
Yes.
Every second and fourth Thursday of the month.
Yes, and I've been to some of these shows, and it is amazing. So how does it feel to have a residency? Tell us a little bit about how that happened.
Yeah, so one day I've been going to Kenny Davidson's Fridays, and that's where I was able to build a lot of friendships, connections, networking, and just so many things just went down there. And then I was just, sleeping one day, and I woke up to an email saying if I would like to take a rotating Thursday at the Tuscany. And I was like, yes.
Yeah.
But that's just how it happened. I didn't follow or talk to anybody before. They just asked me, and then after that, I just...
Right, because that's just how talented she is, guys. It's her voice just speaks for itself. But originally, so obviously we need to go to the Tuscany, but backtracking a little bit, we met actually last year doing a movie where it was about a jazz singer, and ever since then we've been like BFFs, and I loved hearing about your past, your training, and especially because you're so young still. Like, I forget because we're like, 8, but like, being this talented is like incredible for being this young and how much you've, achieved since then. So, tell me a little about your training. Like, was this always a dream of yours to be this amazing vocalist?
Yes, so when I lived in California, I was thrown in this theater program that was after school, but I was not old enough to be in it yet. But luckily, the teachers were very cool, and they're like, oh yeah, well, just throw her in there because she's very interested. Mm-hmm. And from there, I think my mom realized that, yeah, she wants to do this. So she signed me up for voice lessons, took voice lessons for most of my life. I stopped now because things got busy. But I just knew, like, since I was a kid, I'm like, this is all I wanted to do. I'm very stubborn when it comes to anything else. I just want to do music. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
And apart from singing, like, do you also write your own music as well? Do you have some stuff like in the works, like a big future plan that you want to go apart from obviously selling out all the stadiums?
Well, yes, I have written before. The only thing is I'm a little I'm not super proud of my writing. Like, I feel like I can do a lot better. Excuse me, that was illiterate. I feel like I can do better when it comes to writing. But, I am currently working on more music right now, and I am taking a music production class at UNLV as well. Mm-hmm. And that's been really informative and helping me do a lot of things. But, yeah.
Yeah. So, obviously, we talked about it beforehand, but you are now nominated for a Silver State Award.
Yeah.
Big congrats to you.
Thank you.
That's just how
Thank you so
amazing she
much.
is, guys. And then, to remind the audience, like you are in your upper 20s, correct?
I am 23.
Okay, she's 23, guys, and she's nominated for this amazing award. So tell us about this award. Like, is it a bunch of singers, performers, like...
Yeah, it's a lot of different categories from best entertainer to best chef, best corporate company or something like that. I don't know much about it, so when I figured this out during one of my shows, and I had a friend just say, like, hey, did you know you were nominated for a Silver State Award? And I was like, no, I didn't get contacted.
Did someone call me? Tell me,
No,
no,
I think that's how they work, though. But I thought it was really cool. Like, I'm very in awe to be among so many entertainers in town that I look up to, and it's just surreal because those women are the women I aspire to be like. They're just amazing.
And now you're basically what now others aspire to be like at 23. Like, that's amazing. And so when are these awards happening? You know, they just grant them? I've never actually heard.
I think from their website, it was supposed to be announced the 22nd, but I haven't seen anything after
okay. So it's like a surprise. Like, next thing you know, she walks out the door and everyone's like, oh my God, Celina Sasso, like, what a queen. So next thing I want to talk about, obviously, so we're going to go back to now, you are full-time performing, you're doing a lot of things, and you've had a lot of experience doing that. Is there a certain music genre that you love to sing, and who really inspires you to do the ballads that you do when you do sing? Because she does sing.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, my heart belongs to jazz and musical theater. I grew up with musical theater.
Right.
And I just love going into every genre, though, because, you know, music is music. So anything I can sing, I would love to do it. But truly, my soul is with jazz, and that's what I'd love to do. And inspirations, I would have to say Lady Gaga, 100%.
Oh, yes.
Like, she is my queen.
Yes.
But Barbara Streisand, Whitney Houston, just
powerhouses.
these powerhouses.
Yeah.
Celine Dion. Powerhouse vocalists are what got me. I was so pulled by them and what they stand for, because they all have beautiful hearts as well.
Yeah, and you can hear the emotion when they're singing and what they're feeling when they sing those songs, which is very in good comparison to what you do, actually. Like, every time you sing, it's just like everyone, you can hear a pin drop, and then she just goes. I think some of my favorite performances is when she sings Celine Dion, and it's like
thank you.
Amazing. So also, apart from performing, I know like you know, not only just perform with you on the mic, but you've also done some musical theater shows as well. Obviously, you did a little film and acting, and also, but I know you do burlesque.
Yeah.
Right? Is that something that's still like a passion for you that you love doing?
Yes. I would like to build more skill with burlesque, because I consider myself still pretty new to the world, but I had a burlesque show back in a few weeks ago, October 2nd-ish. So it was pretty recent, and I love it. Yeah, it's such an art, the art of tease. It's beautiful, and so many different women, they have so many things to deliver through burlesque, and different bodies, and it's beautiful to watch. So like, I would still love to pursue it.
Yeah, and Vegas is a perfect city to do all of the things that she's doing at one time. Like, the only place that you can go from one musical theater to film to burlesque, and then just performing a showcase, right? And then being nominated for award. Literally, you could do that in 1 week in Vegas. It's that amazing. So where can all the people, the amazing viewers, and all of your amazing fans, because I'm sure you're going to get some new ones after this, can come watch you perform?
You can watch me perform at the Tuscany every second and fourth Thursday, and the Palazzo Friday, Saturday, Sundays. I'm not always there, but usually that's the days of the week where I would be there. And I post a lot of my shows on Instagram and Facebook, so you can catch those there too.
And where can we find you on Instagram? What is your handle?
It is at Chorus Faye, like choir and faye, like a faye.
That is so amazing. And before we go, guys, and thank this beautiful performer, we are going to hear you sing, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic. And can you tell us what song you're going to perform?
Yes, I will be doing My Man by Barbara Streisand.
Barbara Streisand. Absolutely amazing. Well, Celina, I love you. Obviously, your pure soul, your heart, your passion, your voice. So it's been a pleasure and an honor to interview you.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, of course.
Thank you.
Because I just want her to succeed so much. I'm like the mom. Oh my goodness. Yes.
I love you. Thank you.
But anyway, after the break, guys, we're going to go and see Celina perform. And right before that, we're going to get a little clip of some of her previous performances. See you soon.
Bill's least favorite musical. So that last part. There we go. There we go.
Oh, my man, I love him so. He'll never know. All my life is just despair. But I don't care when he takes me in his arms. The world is bright, all bright. What's the difference if I say I'll go away? Then you'll know come back on my knees someday. For whatever my man is, I am his forevermore. It cost me a lot, but there's one thing that I got, it's my man. Cold and wet, tied, you bet. But all that I soon forget with my man. He's not much for looks and no hero of the books, he's my man. 302 girls has he that he likes as much as me. But I love him. Oh, my man, I love him so. He'll never know. All my life is just despair. But I don't care when he takes me in his arms. The world is bright. All right. What's the difference if I say I'll go away? Then you'll know I'll come back on my knees someday. For whatever my man is, I am his
Have you been thinking about having your own TV show and how to publish it? Social media shows is what you're looking for. Start your show with our network and your first month could be free. Inquire now. Email us at admin@socialmediashows.com. We accept applications from around the world.
Hi guys, welcome back. How amazing was that performance? See, I wasn't lying to you about how amazing Celina is. But anyway, our next guest coincidentally is known as the voice of Las Vegas, but in a different way, and I cannot wait to introduce him to you. And he also has a book that we will be talking about today that I cannot wait to dig into. So everyone, please welcome sports commentator, broadcaster, author, all things, Aaron Phillips.
All right.
Aaron,
Thank
nice
you so
to
much.
meet you. Thank you for
Thank
coming
you.
on my
All right.
show.
I'm glad we
Please
got the memo
sit down.
together in outfits
I know.
today.
We
Look
ended
at
up
that.
matching,
Right on. Whoop.
Who knew
All
Jessica
right.
Rabbit would just fit in this?
That's right. Jessica
right.
Rabbit and the guy in red.
Right.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Thank you for coming. I'm
Right
so
on.
honored. You do
Thank
so
you.
many things.
I do.
Known for so many things.
That
That's
is
like
true.
the biggest thing.
Yes.
And so first, let's just kind of delve into
Sure.
this. I know, you started pretty young at the age of 12. And that's when you kind of fell
God
in
bless
love, and
you.
it just kind of
Well,
tumbled into something
that's right.
amazing.
That's right. Well, I kind of did start at 12 because, being a sports fan, watching a lot of sports on TV, you like to listen to the commentators.
Right.
And if you ever want to do something like this, you say, oh, I love that guy, I love his style, I like to do it that way. And so you start formulating plans. And so it's really not inconceivable that I started that young. But my career, this year, I'm starting my 17th year behind a microphone, just here in
Okay.
Las Vegas.
Right. I mean, your passions, obviously, when you start
Yes.
hearing your passions thrive, you know that you're going to be successful because now you have the drive, the vision,
Absolutely.
and you fall in love with something.
Absolutely.
So I know it's all started, obviously, like you said, with sports.
Mhm.
And so your first opportunity, tell us about that.
I answered an ad on Craigslist, of all places. There was a company that was filming Junior Golden Gloves boxing in Mesquite way back in the day. And post-production being what it is, they didn't like the voice and the commentator they were not happy with. So post-production, they wanted a new team. I managed to get hired after a meeting with the owner of the production company. I brought him one of my tapes, gave me a script to read at Starbucks while we were meeting. He liked it, and he said, please come to this address for the next couple of Wednesdays. And that was it. And from there, then I started on the radio. But that was it. It was an ad on Craigslist that gave me my
That's
start here in
amazing.
Vegas. Yeah.
And it's funny that you mentioned Wednesday because now, I'm new to this broadcasting commentating.
Sure.
I might start on Wednesday, so now you're giving me hope. Maybe I can end up like Aaron Phillips. guys.
Anybody can
The
be like Aaron
successful,
Phillips.
the voice
so
of Las
absolutely,
Vegas.
absolutely.
Right. And so, were you always just this gifted? I mean, you have an amazing voice, and I know you do lots of things apart from commentary. You do voice acting.
Absolutely. I do voiceover, I do commentary. I'm very humbled by what I do. I don't go out, and I get yelled at by a lot of people that I don't go out there and stand on top of the mountain range. I did get inducted into the Las Vegas Entertainers Hall of Fame for all my years in 2018. Thank you.
Amazing.
But I was in an international community service organization for a long time called Kiwanis International. And I was a 2-time state officer, and I could talk in a room of 5 people to 5,000, and I was always very comfortable, always outgoing, loved talking to people. Having the opportunity, though, to do a show of any kind, do that boxing thing, that was like bucket list material. I'm a kid from Jersey. What do I know about how to get in behind a microphone? I didn't take any professional training. I'm self-taught in what I do. I'm very blessed that I get a lot of compliments and people like my voice or like what I do. And I'm very blessed because I'm self-taught and I teach myself every day.
Right. That's amazing because I know voice acting, me being an actress, that's
Sure.
a completely different realm.
Absolutely.
Like, they hear it and it's not just about the sound. Like, they just look for, it's a completely different thing. So I'm always
Correct.
amazed talking to voice actors and how, you can just have that
It's
along with.
a lot like acting because you
Yeah.
need to understand what the concept is, what is the director looking for in that delivery, the product, and all of that. I voice my own commercials for my own stuff, but if I have a sponsor where, let's say it's a lady's business for facials, I don't think they want a guy's voice talking about that. You know what I'm saying? Hi, welcome to the facial. You want to have a lady's voice that brings in the right audience. So part of it is recognizing when you're not the right fit and somebody else maybe needs to do the job. So it takes talent because you need to understand what the message is and how they
Right.
want to get it out. So it's
Right.
it's just they don't see me. They see you when you act. Me, it's all about the voice. I have
Yeah.
to paint that picture.
And the musicality can change many different messages.
Absolutely,
Right.
absolutely.
That's amazing. So what do you love most about, we can bring it down. Like, would you say sports commenting is the most fun that you have, or do you just love it so much about what drives you to really be who you are when you're speaking?
The microphone and the
Okay.
ability to really help others. I don't
Okay.
want that to sound cliche. I'm a big sports guy. And my early shows that I didn't want to be pigeonholed into just sports.
Right.
So I did a show for 3 years called The Sports Zoo. It was on regular radio. And after that, it was like, I really should show that I can do other things. As much as I love sports, It's ironic because what goes around comes around, because I've done commentating for football in town, semi-pro. I'm now doing wrestling commentary.
Wow.
So I found it because I worked hard, and people have found what I do. When I do my own, when I sit in that chair asking the questions,
Yeah.
to me it's all about the person I'm talking with.
Yeah.
You know,
Right.
as a host, you know this.
Yes.
It's not about me, the host.
Right.
I have my time, but how do I help someone else get better? Like the singer you just had on, beautiful voice, and I've had a lot of singers that I've worked with. I have goosebumps now just thinking about it. To help somebody like that is really what I get
Exactly.
juiced out of, and that to me is the side effect. The microphone, I love it. I love doing stuff like this, but to me, it's getting out there and helping others succeed too.
Right, and I feel like I can compare with them, which is why I feel like our connection's like
Yes.
really strong, is that when I started doing this, like I know what it's like to be the other person, and I want to be seen.
Right.
You know, and like no one understands that I'm still fighting so hard, you're up, like a treadmill uphill, right? But then now that I have a position where I can help someone else, even a little bit, something that someone
Absolutely.
didn't meet, right? Now,
Absolutely.
and you see the amazing talent already that's been on here, like making it about them is amazing.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So, and you,
Mhm.
apart from obviously the Hall of Fame, like, come on now, seriously. I'm so blessed. Again, this episode, I'm just so blessed. I know. You gifted me this amazing book,
Yes.
autographed, that you wrote
I did.
recently.
Titled "Let My Voice Speak to You: Tales of a Hall of Fame Broadcaster." In 2017, I had peaked at 354 pounds. I had a handful of medical issues. The biggest one was I was diagnosed with stage 2 non-alcoholic fatty liver disease from years of diabetes in my system. And I had diabetes in my family. I've been tested for years. And it just got to a point where when they found the stage 2, they referred me to another doctor, and he looked at me and said, "You need to lose a ton of weight, and you need to lose it fast. Otherwise, you're looking at a liver transplant." So in 2017, I had gastric sleeve surgery. I had to lose it quickly. I ballooned at 354 pounds. And then right up to the pandemic, I got as low as 215. And then, as I like to say, the COVID-19 has given me the COVID-20 that I'm working on getting back off. But just that loss of well over 100 pounds, the things I learned, the way I wrote the book, it's about motivation, education, and laughter. 3 things. Because I tell the story that the message really can be applied to anybody in any aspect of their life, not just health things. That's why I just learned these lessons. And that's the way I wrote the book from my wife's perspective in mind. The laughter, doing what you do as I do, when the commercials are going on, there's some of the best conversations when the mics are not on, right? So I share some of those stories in there, although I did change the names to protect the innocent. And then lastly, I put some nuggets in there, just very basic things. If there's anybody out there that wants to do what you do and what I do, just some things to think about, because I do help others launch shows if they want to. So really, that's what the book is about. But 98% of that book is about what I do. I do CrossFit 3 times a week. Sometimes I get a 4th exercise in if I want to do kickboxing. I watch my health, and I'm 58. I'm proud to say it. I don't feel 58. Sometimes I look in the mirror and I say I look 58. But I know getting healthy has really saved my life moving forward, and that's what's in the book.
Yeah, and it helps you to sit here and for us to meet, and we can talk about those
Absolutely.
things and then inspire others to do the same.
Absolutely.
Because sometimes it's very detrimental for many people. in
People
that
don't
way.
realize how sick they really are until someone says to them, you know, you're really sick. And unfortunately nowadays, with our crazy world being what it is, it takes a major health crisis for a lot of people to realize that they're on the brink of disaster before they... And I was that person. I had a cellulitis attack in 2013 where my right leg from ankle to knee was as red as my jacket and your beautiful dress. And that's when I learned that I was in trouble when I was officially then diagnosed. I was in the hospital for 17 days.
Wow.
And it took that situation for someone to go, okay, wake up, you got to do something about this. You know, they held me by my lapels. And I'm better for it. I just kind of wish, if I had known what it was, I wish I had done the surgery 20 years ago and lived that much longer, healthier. But you know what? It was meant to be when it happened.
Yeah.
And that's all I care
And
about.
then you're here because you were meant to achieve what you have back then.
I hope so.
So that you can now have something that you feel, because a lot of people find, okay, well, what's worth fighting for? You know, there's some people in that state, unfortunately. And you just have so much that you're giving back. You know,
Absolutely.
you wrote this and you're giving that back to everything about what you do is giving to other people.
Absolutely. I was brought up in community service for many, many, many years in helping others. That book, if I help just one person, just one, and it didn't cost me only $50 to get this book written, but if I just help one person in whatever aspect, because I talk about depression, what I went through when my mom died, and how that affected me in my health and many other things, if I help one person because of that book, you know what? Mission accomplished.
Exactly.
And I'm happy for
Yeah,
that.
and it just gives you more pride in what you do. That
Absolutely.
makes a difference.
Yeah.
Because that's the point. Yeah.
The book is available on Kindle, on Amazon, or they can message me through my website, aaronshour.vegas, and I'll be happy to autograph like I did for you, and I'll send them an autographed copy of the book and make myself available to help anybody. I love consulting with people that want to make their lives better regardless of what it is.
Right. And I know that apart from all those other things, and apart from helping people and giving back to the community, you also have your own show as well.
I do.
I'm blessed to talk about with
Yes.
you here. And so
Thank you.
we
Appreciate that.
we can watch, is that available for people to view?
Aaron's
and
Hour,
watch?
the name of the show is Aaron's Hour with
Yeah, it's
Aaron
an hour.
Phillips.
Okay.
If you go to Facebook, you'll see the show under Aaron's Hour Show.
Okay.
It's a entertaining, informative, goofy, silly, topical show, but for 17 years, there's always two topics I don't talk about: politics and religion. There's
Oh.
enough of that out there in the world. I want to entertain people. And one of the biggest, most proudest things that I have in my repertoire is during the pandemic, I continue doing my show every week. My studio is like your studio, wasn't with 500 people. So I was able to go to the studio without any concern of the 10 people limit. And even if it was for that 1 hour every week on a Saturday from 12 to 1 p.m. Pacific, that I entertained somebody because they didn't want to deal with the pandemic stuff anymore.
Correct.
That was a big goal for me, and I did not miss a show during that because I still wanted to entertain and give everybody a distraction.
Yeah, and be like that comedic light and the breath of fresh air.
Absolutely.
And be an inspiration.
Yes.
For so many people.
I hope so. Hope
Yes.
it worked.
I mean, it's working for me. I'm sitting here, I'm just like, oh my God, like we should like connect after this. I mean, like,
Absolutely,
just
we
help
should.
me.
Absolutely. I love
But
helping
amazing.
others. I don't care what the platform is. I'm all about helping see others succeed. And I love helping that. So anybody who needs anything, whatever, I'm here. Reach out. And best way is through my website.
And the website.
Or
Amazing.
Facebook, if you find me on Facebook.
Yes, and if you want to know more about Mr. Aaron Phillips, like his website has everything that you could possibly want to know about him, along with demos about what he does, voice acting, just his commenting, everything you need to know is on there. And obviously, like his book is available for purchase. And your show, just literally everything. You could probably just type it in. I typed in his name on Google, honestly, and like he just popped
That's
right. I
it.
was like, there it is.
After 17 years, there better be enough stuff that comes up on Google.
Honestly, that's how I feel. I'm over a decade too in this business. So I'm just like, oh,
It's
I
crazy.
know. I know.
Listen, social media is great, but it can be detrimental.
Mm-hmm.
And the good thing is I can say is my stuff is on the good side because I provide laughter, encouragement,
Yes.
silliness. And listen, who doesn't want to know what's going on in Las Vegas at any point in
I know.
time?
Las
So to do
Vegas is
shows out of
crazy.
here, right?
Amazing.
Everybody comes here. They want to know. I mean, look at where we are. We got the Wynn behind us. We got the Palazzo behind us
Yes.
here. Who wouldn't want to know more about that?
Obviously.
Right?
Yes, and we need to make sure people know that there's talent and there's dreamers and there's hard
Absolutely.
workers in this city. A lot
And
of
I think
don't
people
know.
lose sight of that because all they see are the big names on the marquee.
Mm-hmm.
And they forget that this town has always been made up of the lounge acts of the yesteryear, the local
Yes.
entertainers, and those are the people like the guest you had on earlier to sing, absolutely tremendous voice. I don't know anything about her. I don't know if she's in town or anything, what she's got working, but I'm sure if I put 100 people in a room, I'm not sure how many would know her because
Correct.
she's not the
See?
David Copperfields
Exactly.
or those people, and those are the people I like to help.
Yeah,
So,
exactly, and that's the purpose of my show too. So
Absolutely.
I'm glad that you're taking notice of it, and
Absolutely.
other people are starting to take notice of why I love hosting the show and why I bring people on that I do, because it's the Undiscovered.
I was just going to say the title is absolutely
yeah,
perfect for
diamond in the rough.
That's right.
That's how I feel too. It's how I within the industry. So.
Absolutely.
But it's been a pleasure to
Oh,
talk to
thank
you.
you.
You've inspired me. I'm sure
Oh,
you've inspired every
that's
single
so
viewer.
nice.
I'm sure there's so much more to learn about you. So I'd love to have you back.
I'll come back anytime.
Yes,
I got nothing
please
going
come
on.
back.
I have some time.
With another different jacket.
I got
We're gonna have
plenty
to
of
match.
these.
We have to match next
We'll
time.
talk before
Yeah,
the
we'll
next
talk.
show.
Anyway, everyone, Aaron Phillips,
you.
everyone, thank you so
Thank you so much.
for.
Thank you, my dear.
Thank you.
Pleasure. Thank you.
We'll see you guys soon after the break.
Welcome to social media shows. Have you been watching social media shows recently? Of course you have. We have been live streaming for 4 years across social media platforms. We produce over 70 shows with over 1,000 episodes. In the process, we've helped over 100 creators realize their dreams and start their own show. We give platforms to promote your business. If you are an artist, if you have an event, if you are entrepreneurs, or if you have a story. If you haven't done it yet, go ahead and subscribe and follow us on major social media platforms. And if you have a great idea of a show, join us. Social media shows can help you produce and live stream your own show. Let us help you make your dream become a reality.
Hi guys, welcome back. Wasn't that just an amazing and inspirational interview with Aaron Phillips? Awesome. And we learned so much about him and his weight loss journey and how he actually does CrossFit 3 times a week, which another coincidence. For our last guest, we have owner of The Combine, Colby. Everyone welcome. All right, thank you so much for coming on my show.
Of course.
Now, obviously, the viewers are now seeing that you have a strong connection to CrossFit, right?
Yep.
I have actually, we talked prior to this, have done CrossFit myself in college, and it's just like hard, very, very, very hard, right? And so tell us a little about your business and how you're inspiring everyone in Las Vegas with this workout.
All right. Well, I started the CrossFit Combine in 2013. It was hitting the stage and blowing up at that point. Mm-hmm. So that was great. It has evolved, and now what I'm in now is I like to say I do CrossFit everything that gets results and none of the things that hurt people. Right. So my gym does look a lot different now than it did when I first opened up, but we're getting the results for the people that want long-term results and not just that short-term fix.
Right, and how inspiring is it for you to see people that come in and like the change through them when they do training with you and all of your other coaches in your gym?
Yeah, that's why we do it.
Right.
That's what gets me up in the morning. I love helping people. I think health and fitness is needs to be a part of the equation if you want to have a fulfilled and healthy life. Without exercise and some type of intention with diet, it's going to be really hard to have a fulfilled life because things are going to start to break down in this meat suit that we have. So I like to just tell people, I just help maintain the meat suit so you can do all the things you love to do.
Right. And so please, let's bring us back a little bit, back in time. So what really inspired you to open this CrossFit gym, and why CrossFit out of all the different types of training that people can do?
Yeah. So like I said, I started the gym in 2013. I actually started CrossFit in 2005, and it had just come onto the scene. What really drew me to CrossFit, I was in the Navy at the time as well, looking for just intense workout programs because I was in my 20s, bulletproof. And so basically what happened was they had movement standards and points of performance. In the Navy, we would do a push-up test. And my push-ups were not the same as the guys next to me. And I'm like, wait, he did 120, but he was doing this, where I was going full range and I got 60, which is a good number, but we didn't do the same thing. CrossFit had movement standards, and that's what really drew me to, I'm like, these guys know what they're talking about, because how you do a movement is important if you want to get the benefits from that movement.
Right, because you could be working out a different body part, a different muscle, if you're doing it a different way versus another way, and then they're wondering why, you know.
Or just not the full muscle.
Yeah.
If you're going part range of motion, you're only working and getting part the benefit. If you're going to exercise, you might as well get the most bang for your buck from the movements you're doing, and that's what I help people discover. Yeah. How to move your body to get the best out of every movement. Right,
and so there are different levels of CrossFit.
Yeah.
So tell us about which one you train.
Okay, yeah. We talked about this before, I'm a level 3 coach. So basically CrossFit has tiers of trainers, and it goes all the way up to level 4. Level 1, anyone that has $1,000 in their pocket can get that. So it doesn't really mean much. They go to a weekend seminar, they learn the basics, it's great information, but that's all it is. And you could open up a CrossFit gym. Level 2, a little more about teaching people how to get the best results for the clients that are in front of you, how to talk to them a little bit more professionally. And then a level 3 is just this massive 300 question test where they're making sure that you can identify the errors that people are making in their movement and it's rough. I mean, it's a very intense test. I think it took me like 3 or 4 hours,
Wow.
a lot of videos, a lot of watching, and they want to see where your eye is going to see if you can spot flaws in motion. So very proud of that one. And I got it I actually had to redo my accreditation once already. And every 3 years I have to keep up my CEUs.
Which is interesting because obviously like you talked about what got you into it is all about noticing movements and like all of that stuff. So if it's hard for you, I imagine like that's how amazing he is at what he does and why he is a level 3 trainer. But that's absolutely fantastic. So how many people do you train normally per week? Are you really proud of like your roster right now, or are you trying to be the biggest in Vegas? Tell us about this.
I want to be the most professionally known CrossFit gym in Las Vegas.
Okay.
My coaches coach. When you come here, you're not just going to show up and do deadlifts every day because you like to do deadlifts. The coaches, we assess everybody before they come into class, so we have an idea of what their body's capable of. And then from there, if you watch our classes, everyone's doing something a little bit different because everyone's body's a little bit different. So I'm the most professionally coached CrossFit gym in Las Vegas. That I can say extremely confidently.
Right, and it is called The Combine.
The Combine.
Right,
Yep.
Combine. And this is his gym, so everybody, if you're interested in CrossFit, make sure to have him as your trainer, because obviously I wouldn't. I feel the intimidation when he's sitting here, like, and he doesn't even say much, but he's just like, I don't know if you feel on the screen.
I
but
try
it's also
not to be
amazing.
intimidating.
But it's amazing, though,
Yeah.
because, there's some people that they really need that push, I'm sure that you've seen, to really get through a workout, because you know that they could do more, like pushing yourself more and more and more is going to give them the best results, right?
Absolutely.
And so obviously we talked about the motivation that you have with people that you train. Is there do you do a lot of transformations, or is there people mostly come in here that are fit, or have you had any of your proudest moments with specific clients that you feel like really keep you?
Yeah. No, I work with all levels. I actually get the most joy from working with people that are having a really hard time and been in a lot of pain for a long time. I have an amazing personal training product where you just work one-on-one with a coach. And that product is for people that have been in chronic pain for a long time and have tried everything and it hasn't worked. My coaches, or the coaches, they assess them. Everything they do with those clients is for a reason, and we get them out of pain. So some of my success stories, coming in on a walker, 2 years later, they're climbing Lone Mountain.
Amazing.
60 pounds lighter, they were broken. They're waiting for knee surgeries. Now they're not having to take knee surgery or do knee surgery because we got them lighter, we got them more mobile, we got them moving again.
Yeah, and 100% you're making a point to know that it's not just about looks. Working out just, honestly, like the looks come with it. They're great. Everyone makes them feel good. That makes people be motivated to continue to go work out. But honestly, it's about health, and people need to know that, like, you have to put the work in to kind of better the quality of life. And so what would you say to the audience? Why CrossFit? Why gym? Why do you think that this would be a great choice of workout for them to try? Because I know a lot of people, in my experience, picking what works for different people is going to be different. Body type, endurance, the type of things that they enjoy. You don't want them to come here and hate their lives.
Yeah.
But what would you tell them about CrossFit that would separate that from the rest?
Well, I would tell anyone that exercise, no matter what you do, is important. So if you can't afford a CrossFit gym or any type of membership, make sure that exercise is a part of your life, even if that's just walking. And as far as, what was the question?
Why CrossFit?
Why
What's
CrossFit?
does it
It's
separate
because of
from others?
functionality. We train movements and motor patterns that you're already going to have to do in your daily life. You have to pick stuff up off the ground. That's a deadlift. We teach you how to do it the right way so you can keep doing it as you age. You have to sit down. That's a squat. You have to push your hand up overhead. That's a press.
Yes.
So we just teach you how to do movements you're already doing better, and it creates a very good look and a very functional human.
Amazing. Well, it's been a pleasure to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Please, everybody, Colby Phillips, is that correct?
Colby Phillips.
Colby Phillips.
Yeah.
Please come to The Combine CrossFit Gym, located at 2402 North Tenaya Way,
Yep,
here in Las
that's
Vegas. Yeah, I'm gonna make sure I was like, right, you just stare at me like, don't get it wrong. But come see him. Obviously, assess, see if it's perfect for you. Honestly, like, he's making some great points about how simple you can, think of the concept of CrossFit can be and why it's so important and something that you should really look into. So, everyone, Chloe Phillips, thank you so much for being on my show.
Thanks for having me. Perfect.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and I'll see you guys after the break.
Hello, everyone. This is Joseph Skoda with Social Media Shows. Well, I thank all of you for your support through these last several years, and it's been a lot of fun. We've given people a voice they never had before. Now, Social Media Shows is always collaborating with our veterans to help them do things and help out the veterans who are struggling today. And we teamed up with GI Connections, connecting veterans with resources. So please consider helping and donating to this great cause because we're always doing things for veterans. So GI Connections, Social Media Shows, and you is what makes the world a better place. Once again, Joseph Skoda, proud United States Air Force veteran.
When you're ready.
Quiet and set.
Hi guys, welcome back. That was today's show. Absolutely inspiring, absolutely amazing. All 3 of my guests had something in common, which is to inspire others, to showcase the passion that they have for what they do. And it was just a coincidence that all of them tied into one another and being a voice for literally the people of Las Vegas and hoping to give you guys one as well. So I hope you enjoyed my little Halloween-themed episode, because obviously Halloween's my favorite holiday, and I hope you guys know who I am. If you don't, we'll talk about that later. Anyway, guys, I will see you next week here on Undiscovered. Bye.